Hi, this is Billy Tarasio from Modern Law Practice, and today is November 5th. So I had a birthday this weekend, and birthdays are always an interesting time for me. They're coming up on the end of the year since it's November, and I usually spend the last several months of the year thinking about, am I on track? Have I accomplished what I need to? What has happened over the last year? And it was Saturday morning, and I had my kiddos, and the social media, happy birthday messages were pouring in, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm missing this opportunity, having all this anxiety about the things that I could be doing. So I quickly threw together an event for a fundraiser that Modern Law is hosting in January. And I'd been meaning to do it, but I figured, since people are going to be on my social media page, now's the time to do it. And for anybody who's at the Clio conference, we're hosting a fundraiser event for Brian Stevenson's organization, which is the Equal Justice Initiative. He was so good at the Clio conference, and my team and I were so moved that we decided this year our annual fundraiser would be for his very, very good cause of basically increasing justice and equality and eliminating excessive punishment and juvenile punishments and that are just crazy and uncalled for. And if you want to check that out, please do. So we're hoping to raise $10,000 for that. We've been talking about it for a while, but I figured this is the way to do it. I have to do this. And I don't know how many of you spend time feeling a certain level of anxiety. And it got me wondering, is being a law firm owner, do we need anxiety? Do we need anxiety to fuel us to do things like post an event or set up an advertisement on Facebook or write a blog post? Would we do the things we need to do without anxiety? And can there be a healthy level? And how do you know if you're within that healthy level? How do you know when it's creeping up and now you're past the point where your anxiety is no longer helpful? Or is your anxiety really helping you to stay ahead of the curve and be focused and get things done? And I suppose it really does come down to, are you accomplishing the things that you need to be accomplishing? Are you getting things done that you want to get done? Are you checking things off your list? Or are you paralyzed by the fact that your list is so long? So that's how I do it. That's how I check in to determine, have I created or have I allowed the proper amount of anxiety in my life to fuel ahead efficiency and effectiveness, but kept at bay any useless anxiety. So I'm 38 now, which is crazy. Headed into a whole nother year. And it's definitely time to start thinking about, what am I going to be? Who am I going to be? What am I going to do? What am I going to do for my firm? What am I going to do for Modern Law Practice? So Modern Law Practice launched in my 37th year, which is super, super exciting. It's something that I have been thinking about for years and years and years. And it's, what I love most about law is the infrastructure of law and building the infrastructure of law. So that's super exciting. And can't wait to see how many other law firms we get to work with in this 38th year. So what are the things that you do to measure your anxiety levels? How do you know if they're productive or not? What do you do to reflect on the past year? And how do you set goals for the coming year? Do you set goals only for your business, or do you set goals personally as well? Do you evaluate how your business is doing? Do you evaluate how you're doing personally, how your relationships are doing? How you're doing physically? I do, and it's an exercise that I both love and dread at the same time, because it, of course, requires me to be accountable to myself. But at the same time, I love the effectiveness that comes from being accountable to oneself for one's goals and being very clear on that. So I'd love to hear from you, all your thoughts on this and more. Bye.